Britain's national dish may have been invented because one customer said 4 words. "This chicken is dry." But when Scotland tried to claim the dish as its own, people from South Asia said, "Hold on, that's our food. So who is lying?" The answer begins with one chef, one sauce, and a food fight that crossed borders. The chef was Ali Ahmed Aslam. He was born in Pakistan, came to Glasgow as a child, and opened a restaurant called Shish Mahal in 1964. Then, in the early 1970s, came the complaint. A customer ordered chicken tikka. Now, chicken tikka is not a curry. It is marinated chicken cooked hard over fire, smoky, charred, and usually served dry.
It's good, but it needs something. Maybe a sauce?
Ali later said he went back to the kitchen and made one with tomato, yogurt, cream, and spices. Some versions of the story say tomato soup was involved. The chicken went into the sauce. The customer loved it. And the restaurant says that was the first chicken tikka masala. It is a brilliant origin story, which is exactly why you should be suspicious of it. There is no birth certificate for chicken tikka masala. And that matters, because Ali did not invent chicken tikka. That dish already belonged to South Asian cooking. He did not invent spices, and he did not invent the idea of roasted chicken in a rich tomato sauce. So what exactly did Glasgow invent? Maybe not the ingredients, maybe the combination made for a new kind of customer in a new country. In South Asia, masala is not one special dish. It just means a mix of spices. Think of it like saying seasoned chicken. It tells you there are spices, but not exactly what the final dish will look like. Chicken tikka is the grilled chicken. Chicken tikka masala, as Britain knows it, is the creamy orange curry built around that chicken. And it has close relatives. Butter chicken, famously associated with Delhi, also puts roasted chicken into a rich tomato-based sauce. That does not prove chicken tikka masala ka masala was copied from butter chicken, but it destroys the easy version of the story. And Ali Ahmed Aslam was part of a much bigger wave. That was about to change the way an entire empire ate. After World War II, people from Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh came to Britain for work and to build lives. Many of them later opened cafes, takeaways, and restaurants. They were not just selling dinner, they were learning how to survive in a country that often treated them as outsiders. We learned fast that British customers wanted to try South Asian food, but they did not always know where to begin. Too much heat? Risky. A dry piece of grilled chicken? Maybe too unfamiliar. But smoky chicken in a smooth, creamy sauce? That was the bridge. Chicken tikka masala gave people the feeling of trying something new, without the fear of getting it wrong. It had the fire of the tandoor, but also the comfort of gravy. That was not an accident. That was restaurant intelligence. Chefs adapted because they understood their audience, their kitchens, and their businesses. And the result was unstoppable. By the late 20th century, chicken tikka masala was no longer a Glasgow story. It was everywhere. On curry house menus across the UK. And on London's Brick Lane, Bangladeshi-owned restaurants helped turn curry into a British ritual. The formula was almost perfect. Charred chicken, creamy sauce, enough spice to feel exciting, not enough spice to scare anyone away. And every time someone ordered chicken tikka masala, the dish got less like a foreign experiment and more like home. That is how food wins a country, not through one famous speech, through millions of ordinary dinners. But eventually, a politician did say the quiet part out loud. In 2001, British Foreign Secretary Robin Cook called chicken tikka masala a true British national dish. Britain was not talking about fish and chips. It was talking about a curry made famous by South Asian chefs. Cook said the dish showed how Britain absorbed and adapted outside influences. Then he explained the sauce. Chicken tikka was South Asian, but the masala sauce suited Britain's love of meat with gravy. But it also reveals the whole story. Britain loved the result. The question is whether it remembered the people who made that result possible. So who invented chicken tikka masala? Glasgow has a claim. Ali Ahmed Aslam is the chef most widely credited with creating the dish that became famous under that name. His Shish Mahal story is part of the city's food history. Pakistan has also a claim. Ali was Pakistani, and chicken tikka comes from South Asian cooking traditions that cross modern borders. India has a claim. Creamy tomato chicken dishes, especially butter chicken, were already part of the region's food story. And Bangladeshi restaurateurs have a claim too. They were central to the curry house culture that put this dish on British high streets and made it a national favourite. So if you want one clean answer, you will not get one. That is not a failure of history, that is the history. The dish was not born in a vacuum. Maybe one customer really did say, "This chicken is dry." Maybe Ali Ahmed Aslam really did make a sauce that night. But even if he did, he was not creating from nothing. He was carrying flavors across borders, changing them in Glasgow and serving them to a country ready to fall in love with them. That is why chicken tikka masala matters. It is not British or South Asian. It is British because South Asian people changed what Britain eats. A curry with no birth certificate became a national dish. And maybe that is the most honest kind of national food there is.
Comment below. Subscribe to Food Before Borders for the stories hiding inside what we eat.